Hi folks, oh no, we've got another chariot. Bit special this time though. This is a homegrown chariot. My own chariot from an Elamite Army. That's Iran, Persia, that area. Southwestern Iran. That's what we call it now. Is it the Zagros Mountains? Anyway, somewhere around there. And I've heard it called Elamite, but I prefer Elamite, E-L-A. So I'm thinking it's Elamite. This army is basically an army full of archers. Every man and his dog seems to have a bow. So we've got lots of bowmen, lots of spearmen with bows. We've got mounted guys, which is very unusual, with bows and spears. And we've got these battle carts full of archers. Now, in the Wargames terms, we can have 3 archer models on each chariot or each battle cart. So that's what I've done here. But nobody makes this, so I've had to produce my own. So I'll just take these archers. I think they're regular miniatures, if I remember. Not too bad a figure for irregular. Turned out pretty good. I've got a driver, which I think was a foundry driver, and the horses. This is for a command chariot. Actually, these are. I think these are old Hinchcliffe that I had kicking around to make this up. There's the ordinary yoke there. Take the horses off. Just an ordinary yoke for middle horses. So I'm going to have to get some yokes for the outside. But what I did is I made a battle cart. So I'll just take that off. That's a basic moulded wood, or balsa wood just scored, and took a set of wheels, put a thin piece of paper or plastic card behind it, so it's just easier to mould, as you can see. I could probably mould it with all the spokes out, but it's good enough, and even some of them there do actually come out. And then there's just a crossbar axle with a crossbar to support the base when that sits on there like that. I've obviously got to, it's on the ground, a piece of just a ground, but for this I've noticed I'm going to have to trim it up a bit, so I'm going to trim some of this off because the horse bases seem to be quite long. This is standard chariot base, which is 60mm frontage, 80mm depth, but the way the horses are working out, they're quite, they're going to get in the way. It pushes, you can see there, or perhaps you can. That horse is off at the front of the base, so I'm going to just trim the resin base up a bit. It's not hard to do, he says, hopefully, and get it to fit. So I'm going to get on with starting that. I obviously need to paint the driver, paint up the yoke, and I'm going to try and get this completed so you guys can see what it will look like when it's done. Okay, there we go, all stuck together. I've left the yoke off at the moment because I'm making a yoke, so I'm going to use one of the moulded ones. It's a bit long and I'm going to have to cut that down, and this perfectly good yoke, so I don't want to cut that down, but that's what it'll look like. Horses, I've got the center on a center line to get the position right for the battle cart. So there's the driver and the crew. So what I'm going to do now is I'll take those off. I'll paint up the driver and paint up the chariot and get the stainer on that and some sand and glue on it, get the base. So I'll do all of that and then come back to you when I've made some progress. Right, there we go, all done and dusted. One Elamite 4-horse chariot. Now, as I said before, this is going to be the command chariot, but at the moment it's got 3 archers on, just to give you an idea of where they'll go. And I've yet to put the yoke on, and the yoke will sit there. Obviously I've got to rig up a 4-yoke system. I'll probably just have to get some sort of fuse wire or something, Mind you, I've got about 20 odd of these to do, so I may need to make something and then actually cast it. That might be an easier way. And then just have the pole drop down between the horse's legs. You can see there to the, in that gap there, it's very tight, so I don't think I'll have to worry too much about the yoke pole and what's visible. But yeah, there we go. As I say, Chariot's all homemade. The wheels were, I don't know what the wheels were from, something. And just made the top out of balsa wood, and that comes off, and there we go. And then that's the base. I was cleaning that up. It was sticking a bit proud, that's why it looks that, but again, it won't be seen. This is actually going to be, as I've said previously, the command chariot, and I've already painted up ages ago. This is going to be my Elamite CNC figure. So what I'm going to do is rig up a chariot with, it'll have a front here and a side to it, probably a standing driver, like the Egyptians, that sort of thing, and perhaps a couple of standing archers to support him. Or maybe even a standard bearer. I think a standard bearer would look good, wouldn't it? So right, we're going to have a driver, standard bearer, CNC, and perhaps a couple of archers. Make it look really crowded, but again, it'll be the command chariot, which is not going to do a lot of fighting, is it? But yeah, that's my Elamite chariot. So now I need to be getting some horses in. I usually can find those okay. Get some horses. I've already cast loads of these. I think I've got to get some more archers. I think that's what I was lacking. I've got 20 or 30 archers, but mind you, 30 archers is 10 chariots, isn't it? So that's quite a few. I will need some archers, perhaps need another 30 archers, and I like them kneeling down in the chariot. It just looks right rather than standing on an open platform chariot. Right, there we go, all done and dusted. I'll take some stills, just put them at the end so you can see what I've been up to. So thanks a lot, and bye for now.